What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP. We will also be looking at the coin market cap, kind of getting a general overview of where the market is, as well as discussing two things. As you guys saw in the title, yes, Litecoin is ramping up to do something it really has not done in a very long time, pretty much since the $400 mark. Lastly, we are also going to be checking out Google and discussing Google ramping up crypto integration and user exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Cardano. So those are some pretty major, altcoins that you guys should take a look at. If any of that sounds interesting and you want to hear more about it, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. We will be doing a $100 cryptocurrency giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. We're about to break 8,000. And let's jump into today's episode. So guys, really quick, we're on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, market cap looks really good. 140.2 billion. Bitcoin dominance is decreasing, and we're seeing 24-hour volume up a little bit higher than yesterday. Yesterday we were at 30 billion. Now we're at 31.3 billion. For the most part, markets are back to consolidation. You can see we're pretty much where we were yesterday. A little bit more volume, indicating a slightly lower pullback, but otherwise we look pretty fair. Top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can see only 5 out of the 10 are down, which means we're about 50-50 on the stabilization. You can see Bitcoin at 4,028, Ethereum at 137, XRP at 31 cents, Litecoin at $61, up 1.8%, and we see Bitcoin Cash up 3.8, Tron 5.3. You can see a pretty big dip after its consolidation, maybe a coin to check out. But you can see majority of the coins up until, wow, even the 8th coin, they're kind of getting synced up, which is an indication something could potentially be happening. You can see Bitcoin's chart looks exactly like Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Binance Coin, and Stellar. They all are seemingly, tied in. Hopefully you guys like my Litecoin shirt. I got it at cryptowhale.com. Definitely check it out. I have made a video review on all the shirts that they sent me. Otherwise, guys, market looks great, honestly. A lot of consolidation, and that's really why I want to jump into the chartings in today's episode, because I do think it's huge. And especially with this Google offering coming out, it's going to be pretty interesting to see where exactly this market is taking itself. Otherwise, guys, before we do jump into the articles of discussion, definitely check out the second link in the description, guys. It is an app called ABRA. It's the ABRA exchange. Hopefully you guys have heard of it. If not, and you haven't yet signed up for it, definitely make sure to do so. They're doing a promotion right now where you guys get free $25 of Bitcoin upon sign up. All you got to do is deposit $5 from a US bank account, and bam, they will send you $25. It's as easy as that, and it does help support the channel. Otherwise, let's jump into the article, guys. So pretty interesting news right now. Google ramping up crypto integration and user exposure, to Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, Litecoin. These are some pretty major, cryptocurrencies. So it says internet giant Google, which owns YouTube as well. Hopefully you guys are aware of that, which runs the world's most widely used search engine across the internet with over 3.5 billion daily searches and more than 1.2 trillion searches per year, is methodically introducing more crypto elements to its ecosystem of tools. That's huge. The fact that we're seeing much more acceptance of cryptocurrency is huge. We haven't really been seeing much talk within crypto, especially within Google, the company. Yes, they have been, accepting crypto in terms of, if you search, the price of it or the coin, a lot more searches come up, especially, by Google itself. But for the most part, they're kind of shy when it comes to crypto. Most companies are. We do need a major corporation to break the ice, and Google seems to be trying to, help that. And obviously with that comes more mainstream integration. So it says Google appears to be working on a new way to display more cryptos when users search for a specific coin. So increasing exposure to the category at large. In the screen grab below, a search for XRP returns a full crypto display bar right below the search term and above top news stories. Each graphic card on the bar displays related search terms: XRP, Ripple, Bitcoin, IOTA, Doge. The new interface appears to be kind of in a test phase, since current searches for XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any leading cryptos to return to a standard page minus the search bar. But that seems pretty awesome, altogether. They've pretty much put up a bunch of different search engine terms, and when you do search those, cryptocurrencies do pop up. Otherwise, in another new sign of crypto adoption, the mainstream support, Google recently enabled an iconic Bitcoin symbol on the iOS keyboard, which is pretty awesome. So now that actually is sick. So if you guys own a Google phone and you have the keyboard, if you can actually use a Bitcoin logo as part of their messages. So that's pretty awesome. And the fact that, Google is combining different methods to include cryptocurrency, pretty much driving it to a more mainstream recognition. That can honestly be huge for the company as well as all the altcoins as well. So I do really quick just want to search actually XRP and kind of see what exactly comes up when we do search that, and obviously show you guys too. But yeah, so I just searched XRP and you can see what exactly just popped up. You can see with a quick search of XRP, we have related to Ripple and Litecoin. So it knows XRP is Ripple, and you can see Litecoin comes up, and all of these coins pop up with their logos as part of the altcoin. So that's actually huge, guys. The fact that you can search a coin and see a ton more options for cryptocurrency. So Litecoin does seem to be doing something similar. Maybe if I search Litecoin for the entire word, let's see if it is similar. So it seems to be, they're seemingly integrating it on certain coins. XRP seems to be the pretty big one, but otherwise, that's awesome. We did see a smaller, search, but I guess there's more stuff appearing for Litecoin at the time. You can see people also search for it, but nice to see that they're finally adding some sort of integration to their website that will obviously help promote all different altcoins altogether. Otherwise, guys, I do really quick want to just jump into, I believe it is Litecoin at first, the TA, the charting, and things are looking absolutely, phenomenal, to be honest with you guys. The markets are doing exactly what was proposed yesterday. You can see the integration that it's having. We're having some sort of stepping stone-like pattern forming on the cryptos, and you can see the next indication would be shooting up to $67. So yes, I actually have bought into the altcoins. I have bought a little bit into Litecoin. Now, obviously, you guys do whatever you want with your money. I'm just telling you how exactly I trade. And personally, I did buy in at around $58. So we're currently at 60. It's possible we could be going up much further. It's also possible we could be falling. So I'm no financial advisor, so do with it as you will. But we're actually nearing overbought a little bit, but it seems for the most part we're doing quite well. I may sell out in a couple of days, but I do think we should be heading up a little bit higher. There's really not much of a resistance. You can see there's a slight bit right here at around $60, but we can, I think, pretty easily break above that. You can see as we scroll down, you can see where the price is. There doesn't seem to be a ton of resistance at that area. Obviously, there is a slight amount, but I honestly think we should be able to head up higher. Now, it does raise some concern, mainly because of the fact that we are very close to being overbought on the daily. Now, I did not put in a ton into Litecoin. I did start to dollar cost average. I only put in about 15% of my holdings of Litecoin, or I put that much money into Litecoin, and I'm not really going to invest the other 85%, mainly because of the fact that it is quite concerning that we are nearing overbought on Litecoin's daily. Not to say that I won't be putting more in. Obviously, if we fall down lower, I'll start to, spiral down and dollar cost average down to the $51 level, because I do think that's about as low as it would most likely fall to. But otherwise, I do think we're going to head up to $66, $67, so it does look quite bright, honestly, the future of Litecoin. Moving on to Bitcoin, I think all of these coins are starting to lead up to something really, really, really big. You can see Bitcoin playing out beautifully from the graphs that we did draw on. Obviously, you guys can get access to all of my crypto graphs and chartings on patreon.com. It is the first link in the description. I do have a huge community, I guess, on Patreon, so definitely check that out. Very cheap to sign up, and you do get access with live updates to all the graphs, as well as my personal phone number if you guys had any questions. Otherwise, with this uptrend, you can see it's very interesting that we're also seeing a very stepping stone-like pattern formation. You can see we're currently hitting the green band in terms of resistance. We do have more potential to move up higher, only being around 60 on the RSI. Let me just even this out a little bit. There we go. So we do have plenty of potential to move up higher, and personally, I think if things play out correctly, let's check out the 4-hour. Actually, the 4-hour looks great for Bitcoin, actually. The 4-hour is trading at literally 48, which is below its medium. So that looks awesome. So personally, I do think we're going to head up, mainly because, we should be able to break through resistance right here. And maybe today, later in the afternoon, if not tomorrow, we could see a break to around $4,100 very easily, maybe even $4,088. but definitely a break to the upside. I don't think support will be broken. I think the uptrend is holding very well. We look good on the 4-hour and the daily, so it doesn't really make sense to see that pullback. Similar to Bitcoin, Ethereum doing a very similar thing. You can see we're not really seeing a stepping stone pattern, but there is a beautiful ascending triangle uptrend forming. There is, I guess, a wedge that we could potentially draw on. Not that necessary, but you can see if we kind of even it out right here, something along the lines of this could be this uptrend that we're seeing. I'll make it purple. We could leave it on for a couple of days, but you know, there is an ascending triangle forming. I actually kind of like it better without here. So if we do actually manage to break up, we'll probably hit a resistance of around 144 and maybe a high of 160 before we enter an overbought market on the RSI for Ethereum. But markets are looking great, guys. Truly, like I'm buying, I'm diversifying as well as buying different altcoins because I do think it is at a pretty good, you know, level. I do think we're going to, in the short term, move up. I don't see much of a pullback happening. It is very possible. That's why I'm not investing my entire, you know, portfolio and savings into this. I do invest only the money I am comfortable with losing. Consider it a loss before you invest. Consider it an expense you've already paid for it. And if you manage to profit off it, that's awesome. If you lose it, oh well, you already lost it, you know? So this way you got to get into that mindset, kind of get your emotions away from the markets, you know, invest what you can afford. That's what I recommend because that is what I do. But otherwise, you know, don't listen to me. I'm just a YouTuber discussing, you know, the prices. So that's really what I'm trying to stress. But I am trying to share with you guys what my personal experiences are and what I am personally doing. But you can see up here as we start to trade up, an ascending triangle is forming at 140, but we look very, very, very nice. And I don't see why we shouldn't just head up even higher. Lastly, XRP, we're probably going to follow XRP until it does manage to see its major move because this symmetrical triangle is massive. We are trading so perfectly to see a bullish break to the upside due to the fact we are literally flatlined on the RSI, trading literally right dead center in the middle on the daily, as well as seeing some sort of symmetrical triangle forming on XRP. You can see we're pretty much heading right to the end, which is literally the start of April, and we could potentially see a massive swing to the upside. Now, the high-low MMA is acting as a resistance right now, but because we're below it, that means we're not really in the middle just yet, and we are, and most likely will move up, we're undervalued pretty much. We should be able to move up much higher, so I do think we are going to break to the upside. Very shocking if we break bearish, but I can see a pullback mainly to 27 cents being the lowest, and then a potential swing to the upside. We could easily jump as high as, I'd say 45 cents, playing it conservatively, but otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. And turn on post notifications. This way you don't miss out on the giveaway. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.